Good morning, this is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. Seeing some partly to mostly cloudy skies around the area this morning with some somewhat mild temperatures as we do expect the warmest day of the week today. Seeing a slight breeze out of south-southwest. We will see that picking up as we move through our day today and staying elevated as we move through the next couple days with some breezy conditions and a good chance of a wind advisory as we move through our day. And seeing those winds stay elevated before that next front moves through tomorrow. Current surface analysis, we can see low pressure to our north and kind of peppered along this boundary that is dropping southward, and we're seeing with that high pressure off the coast a tightening pressure gradient, and that's going to enhance those winds over the coming days, both ahead and behind this front. Again, this will be the front that brings some precip activity into the area as we get into the afternoon tomorrow and into the evening time as well. Our current conditions this morning, seeing scattered clouds at 11,000 feet, broken at 16,000, broken at 25,000 winds. Again, out of the south at around 9 knots, temperature 53 degrees, relative humidity is at 86%. Quick look at the current visible satellite. We can see those mid clouds kind of pushing through the area. Do expect some clearing off to the west-northwest to move in as we get into the afternoon time frame, but we'll continue to see high clouds streaming through the area. So transitioning to more partly cloudy conditions as we get into the afternoon and we get some additional sun to help warm things up. We'll look at the high resolution model, see what we can expect for the coming days. As mentioned, we'll see mainly high clouds around as the model's picking up on it. Not expecting any precipitation or lightning as we move through the day today. We will see those winds picking up, becoming quite gusty out of the south-southwest to southwest. So it's going to be a warming wind. It's going to bring those mild conditions into the area, seeing those temperatures into the 70s. So going to feel pretty good out there as we move through the day today. And it's going to keep things mild as we go into the evening, as we do expect some increasing clouds moving through the overnight time frame as that front starts to sink closer to the region, and we'll continue to see a breezy southwesterly flow ahead of that, so it's not going to allow those temperatures to drop too much. So we'll stay mild through the evening, and as we get into the morning time frame of Friday, we will have a chance of a few isolated showers around the area, but the best chance of rain looks to arrive as we get into the afternoon. As you see, that boundary sinks down here. This particular model does fizzle out some of the rain activity along that boundary as it settles in and then kind of redevelops it as we get into the afternoon. It does look like we'll see probably a bit more coverage in that than what is being simulated with this particular model, as some other models kind of keep a more robust shower activity pushing through the area. Additionally, we'll see a chance for a few pockets of maybe some heavier rain showers that are going to provide a chance of some lightning. So we'll continue to carry a chance of lightning through the afternoon hours into the evening. As you'll see, moving towards the late evening time frame, we will see that boundary finally pushing its way through the area and pushing those showers off to the southeast. We should see rain activity coming to an end around or by midnight, and then we'll start to see some clearing skies behind that, but we won't see any relief from the winds, as they do expect to shift northwesterly and stay quite breezy through the morning. But we'll see some cooler air moving in with some cooler temperatures setting up for Saturday, a much chillier day on Saturday, and we'll likely see some lingering breezy conditions at least through the first half of the day, possibly through the entirety of the day, depending on how fast high pressure behind the system builds in and can lighten those winds. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we'll see we have an orange risk for that wind advisory criteria as we move through the entirety of the next 24 hours. Do expect those gusts to start picking up close to 25 knots as we get into the later morning, and staying 25 to 27 knots as we move through the next 24 hours. So continuing with that orange risk, we'll see a south-southwesterly wind this morning, becoming more southwesterly, and then south-southwesterly at times during the first part of the evening before once again turning more southwesterly to west-southwesterly. It's going to allow those temperatures to warm up at a high around 73 this afternoon and keep those temperatures mild, as mentioned, as we move through the evening time frame with a low around 60 degrees. Again, we'll see some clearing of those mid-level clouds as we get into the afternoon time frame, mainly just some high clouds around. And then going into the evening, we'll start to see some mid-level clouds and a few low-level clouds building through the area. We do have a very slight chance of an isolated shower pushing close to the area during the early morning hours. That looks to be a fairly minimal chance but nonetheless about a 10% chance of seeing that in the area, but should see rain activity holding off until we get into the daytime hours on Friday. Right now tides are running normal, and for our Friday forecast we'll see overcast conditions. Again, that slight chance of an isolated morning shower, and we'll see those chance of rain showers increasing as we get into the afternoon and becoming likely by the time we get into the mid-afternoon, when the bulk of that shower activity will be moving into the area. We'll have a chance of an embedded thunderstorm as well, as mentioned. So we're looking at a red risk for precip, a yellow risk for that lightning chance. Breezy conditions continue, so orange risk for those winds at or above 25 knots. Could see those winds lighten up a bit during the morning and then increase once again as some of that shower activity moves into the area, or just on the backside of some of that shower activity. So breezy conditions once again tomorrow. We'll see a mild high temperature of 68 degrees, and that will be during the morning time frame, because as that shower activity and boundary pushes into the area, we'll start to see some cooler air coming in with that as well. So expecting those temperatures to decrease during the afternoon. Do have yellow risk for those reduced ceilings and visibilities as well. We'll see cloudy conditions with rain lingering for the first part of the Friday evening time frame, so keeping a similar precip color there, as well as a slight chance of seeing embedded thunderstorm with that lingering activity, although the bulk of the lightning chances will be earlier in the day. And we'll see those winds lighten up a bit as we move into the overnight time frame, so a slightly lower chance of a continuing wind advisory, but do expect slightly breezy conditions to continue, so can't rule that out, and some reduced ceilings and visibilities with that shower activity early. And then as we get past midnight, again, we'll see drier conditions and things will become partly cloudy, and again, slightly breezy and cooler with that low temperature falling to around 35 degrees, setting up for a chillier day with a high around 47 for Saturday. And main risk for Saturday will be those elevated winds, so an orange risk for seeing a wind advisory. Again, could see those winds slack off a bit during the afternoon, but it does look like a good chance we see those lingering through the day, depending on how quickly that high pressure moves in. But otherwise, we'll see partly to mostly sunny conditions. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.